Perhaps something feels wrong in your life. Perhaps it you just feel like, I know I've dotted every I know I've crossed every T, but something just feels off. Like I cannot get it together. And maybe you're starting to feel a little anxious right now. Maybe you're starting to feel like, okay, I don't know, and excuse the sirens because it's so ghetto because I live in Atlanta. Anyway, perhaps if I just want to scream sometimes. Anyway, perhaps it feels like even though you've dotted the I's and crossed the T's, you just cannot get it together. And now you're starting to blame yourself. You're starting to feel like, what am I doing wrong? And all of this and all of that. But guess what? Maybe you're just in a shift. The dramatics of it all. Anyway, welcome to the V. Terrell Hill Show. I come live every single day at 5. I come live every single day at 5 o'clock. So click the bell to be notified when I go live. On Saturdays, we talk spirituality and consciousness. And today, we're talking about life shifts because there are times where we feel like our life is going downhill when really we are up under transformation. We are evolving. We're moving from one space to the next. And I want to help you to discern when things are not going right, things are not going wrong, you're just in a shift. You're just in a transition from the old place to the new place. So anyway, follow me on all social media at V. Terrell Hill. And if you want more content like this sent directly to you, click the link in the box of Facebook and YouTube, the video description box, and join my email community. And we're going to talk more about that in a second, all right? One of the most single-handed, most important things that you can learn how to discern in your spiritual journey is when you are in a shift. Now, why is that important? Because if you don't discern the times of shift, you will treat your shift like shit. I'm going to say it again. When you don't properly discern the times of shifting, you will shit on your shift. It will be as if you're treating everything like everything is wrong when really everything is going right. So repeat after me. I will not treat my shift like shit. Glory to God. Say it again. Come on, say it again. I will not treat my shift like shit. And how do you do that? You discern. You ask God to give you the grace to discern the times and the seasons that you are in your life, so that you don't spare what you need to get rid of and get rid of what you need to spare. It reminds me of the scripture, and I'm aware that everybody that watched this is not going to be Christian, and I'm glad about that. But it does remind me of the scripture in the Bible where Abraham was told to go to the altar and put his son on the altar, which is gruesome. But just hear the principle of the story. And right before he was about to truly sacrifice his son, God stopped him. And you want to be in your life so in tune to yourself that never again you abort what you're supposed to keep and keep what you're supposed to abort. That's why I say again, one of the single-hand, most important tools to have while you're on your spiritual journey is the tool to be able to discern where you are in your life. To be in tune to the ebbs and flows, not of your neighbor's life, not of your children's life, not of your spouse's life, not of your lover or your partner's life, your life. Because we tend to do well in other people's lives and fail in our own. Like, share, subscribe, and comment if you have found value in this video so far. So here's a couple of areas where you could very well potentially experience a little turbulence in when you're in the shift. All right. Now, before I even get into this, there is a link in the video description box of Facebook and YouTube. You click the link and you can join my email community for free. All you have to do is put your email address and name in the form that will pop up. You're going to get 2 confirming emails, 1 making sure no one else signed you up, and 2 being welcomed by me. And if you do that, you're going to get content like this 3 times a week, all right? Now, here's a couple of areas that are often troubled in your life when you're up under the shift. And before I say that, I got to say as well, you asked for this. You asked for this. Yeah, your life is being troubled right now, but you asked for it. And I have to remind myself of that when turbulence comes, especially when it seems like things are going well in my life, and then turbulence starts coming and shaking stuff up. And I'm like, no, but hold up a second. Why now? Because 2 months ago, 2 years ago, 2 days ago, in your private time, in your meditation time, while you were driving down the highway, you said, God, I want to be better than I am right now. I don't ever want to go stagnant. I want to be on a journey. I want to stay in continual growth forever and ever and ever. And because of that, you will experience transition after transition after transition after transition. And what you will not experience is prolonged spaces of comfortable. Because you cannot say yes to transition and surrender to the flow of the universe and also want to be comfortable. You got to give up one or the other. And that's why this journey that you and I are on is a journey not taken by many, because most really just want to be comfortable. So you have to be a kin. You have to be a lover with uncomfortability, however the hell you say it. Your lover, when it comes to this spiritual journey, is being uncomfortable, is being uneasy. And if I can get personal for a second, that happened to me this week. I was sitting at my desk and I said, what's going on? I don't feel right. And I went to journaling, because that's another tool that you need on your spiritual journey. Journaling the journey. And I journaled my way right on a revelation that Vincent Terrell Hill, you're in a shift. And so I would do you a disservice, those of you that follow my YouTube channel, and those of you that hap up on this video today or 10 years from now, if I don't make the same announcement to you, you're in a shift. And this time you will not shit on the shift. This time you will not. You are going to handle this shift with grace, and you're going to land in the place that you've always wanted to be in since the beginning of time. You're in a shift. You've always wanted to be in the place you're headed. So don't fight the process that is taking you to where you always wanted to go in the first place. You're in a shift. So you're gonna have to pray the prayer that I journaled this week. God, as I move from place to place and space to space, give me the grace. I need the grace to move easily and fluidly from place to place and space to space. You're in a shift. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to scrapple anymore. I want to learn and build the muscle of true serenity through surrender. knowing that the universe always spins in my favor and nothing can happen to me to kill me. I'll always live. I'm in a shift. That's why those on the spiritual journey, and you might not hear this many places, but you'll hear it here. Those of you that are committed to spiritual journey should go to therapy. Now, I'm off my notes here, but let me tell you why I say that. So you can work through some of your triggers and some of your areas of PTSD so that you can be as comfortable as possible through the turbulence. Because sometimes we can be people of many undealt with issues. When the universal shift happens, we get distracted by our issues and distracted by our pain and failed relationships and all. Now, I'm not even going to give a disclaimer, especially when the moon cycle and the moon gets full, where emotions rise, where you're more apt to lash out, where you're more apt to be sporadic. Statistically, when the moon is full, there's more crime, there's more accidents. In order to be less affected by the stars and the moon and the gravitational pull of retrograde and all of the things that happen that is real, deal with those unhealed issues and trauma so that you're not getting backlash from the toxicity of your own soul as you're going through the shift. Now, you're not going to hear that everywhere. What's up? What's up, man? How you be? It's been a while. if those of you guys who wonder who I'm talking to, I only respond to comments and YouTube. So it is super, super important that you deal with the issues of your soul so that your lower self don't get in the way of, plainly put, your dreams. While the universe, the gravitational pull of the universe is literally taking you to the place you want to be, you don't abort the mission because spontaneous anger. You haven't learned how to manage your emotions yet. See, in the times when times are good, it's not time to let your guard down and just chill and be at rest and be at peace. When times are good, you spend that time stocking up and getting ready for shift. When it feels like that you don't have a care in the world, that's the time that you should be looking within and making sure that your relationships are strong and saving up your money. Because let's just be real. Let's keep it a buck. Let's get real down to the nitty gritty. I was supposed to be talking about the areas of shift. So let's talk about it. Career is a place that can be unsettled in times of shift. But some of the turbulence we go through as we're transitioning is our fault. Because in times of peace, we didn't save money. So now the universe is shifting and shaking our career because it's time to maybe get a better job, a new job. It's time to reposition ourselves. We're experiencing unnecessary anxiety because the shift is happening, but in a very natural state. We ain't got savings. We don't have money. We can't afford to step away from that job as we search for a new job. We have to augment the message of the universe to fit our lack of preparation. Now that's real. That's real. Many of us stayed in positions and stayed in jobs and stayed in relationships that we know we needed to get out of because we were so dependent on those things, because in times of peace and times where we were supposed to be storing up and preparing ourselves and ready for shift and transition, we were just having a good time. So now the universe is pulling on you saying, walk away from this, change this, but you can't in a very natural space afford to. It's like the parable in the Bible of the 10 wise virgins and the 10 unwise virgins. All right, so career is one. You start finding trouble in your career. You're uncomfortable. The job just doesn't fulfill you anymore. Even the commute to the job is aggravating. Another area that could possibly be troubled when you're in shift is relationships. Now this relationships thing, y'all, this is huge, huge, huge. Because I believe, and I don't know your belief system, but I believe that the people around you is prophecy of your now and your future. And so you really, really have to connect with people and relate with people, like my mentor used to say, with a loose shirt. You can't be like this tight shirt. I mean, easy on, easy off. That don't mean withhold your love. That don't mean withhold your kindness. That means give them all of the goodness of you, understanding that you might hit a spot of shift and have to be like, okay, well, we can't hang like we used to hang. Well, why? What's wrong? You acting funny? No, I'm just in a different space right now. I believe that relationships might be the number one thing that is troubled or turbulence, that experiences turbulence when you're about to enter shift. And so you can't be, if you want to go where you really want to go, if you want to fulfill that dream, fulfill that goal, you cannot be so tied to relationships where you can't be like, I need some space right now. Are you good? Ain't nothing funny on the line, but I'm just in a place and I need space. But that goes that interdependency again. Because in the times of peace, you leaned on them so much for emotional security and da-da-da this and da-da-da that you can't even afford on a low level to disconnect a little bit to go in the flow of the shift. All right? Almost done. Personal identity. Now listen to me, because now listen to me. I'm going to put my foot in this, especially for those of you that are close to your family and those of you that have friends that are like family. Listen to me, because personal identity and relationships go hand in hand. Here's how it happens. You start seeing yourself different. You get a new vision of who you are. And you bake in that until you start requesting that people treat you at the level of the vision that you see yourself. And those people refuse to. They still have you stuck in 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And I can even apply this to the job, where you know that you have outgrown your space and you're going to your supervisor saying, I am ready for a promotion. I have proven myself, and they still see you as that hourly employee. Personal identity, or acclimating, or adjusting to your new God divine giving personal identity will shake your entire life up. And then you have to make the choice. Will I stay in this relationship, knowing that they are calling me outside of my divine space right now? I'm not just Vincent from 10 years ago. I'm a new person. I'm a new creature. I have evolved. I'm on a spiritual journey. You mark the person that does not discern your transition. That don't mean just totally throw them away, but mark them. Here's something. I joke and I play around a lot. I do it so much. So I do it probably too much. But in the midst of that, there are certain people I go by that look me dead in my eyes and be like, there's something special about you. You just said the most lewdest, left, should be counselable thing you could ever say out of your mouth. But nah, I see it. And I know then, okay, I got you. You're like me. Because if a person sees you for who you really are, it's simply put, they have eyes. And 9 times out of 10, they're on the journey too. And those people are your true friends. Okay? Now, before we go further, if you have found value in this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I am less than 200 subscribers from 1,000. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you want this kind of content delivered to you in your private email at least 3 times a week, click the link in the video description box of Facebook and YouTube, put your name and email address in there, and 3 times a week, I send emails to you just like this. Now, you're going to get 2 emails when you do this. One making sure that you signed yourself up and nobody else did, and one from me welcoming you, all right? Now, at the end of this video, I got a special offer I want to give you. All right, so relationships, career, and personal identity can be indicators that you're in a shift. And this can leave you feeling uncertainty, discomfort, and a sense of loss or displacement. Now, other signs of life transitions and shifts include a reevaluation of your goals and values. And if you guys have been following my show since last year, you've seen this show in many iterations of it as I've shifted and shifted and shifted and shifted and shifted. And now I just created a whole nother plan for this show. On Mondays, I'm going to have a guest. On Tuesdays, it's Hot Topics. Wednesdays, it's Spiritual and Consciousness. Thursday, Friday, Hot Topics. Saturday, Spiritual and Consciousness. Sunday, Hot Topics. Why? Because I went through a shift and I shifted my goals for this show. So just because your goals were set last year, don't mean those goals are still potent and effective this year. When you shift, sometimes your goals shift. And you will look crazy sometimes because you'll vocalize or communicate, okay, this is my goal. And then 6 months from now, they'll be like, well, what happened to that goal? Like, no, I'm not doing that, I'm doing something else. You just wishy-washy. No, I'm a nomadic spiritual man on a journey. Not building houses, only pitching tents from one space to the next as I grow and evolve into the person that I've always seen me as in the first place. Like it or love it, hate it, I don't care. I'm in a shift. So reevaluation of goals, all right? Now, also in a shift is the emergence of new opportunities and challenges. So it's not always bad. Sometimes people, you'll be at a store, at Guitar Center, for example. This happened today, and I connected with that associate, and we fell into this groove talking about audio and how to increase the audio. And I knew that it was prophetic that, oh, you in this shift, Hill. You in this shift, buddy. So sometimes it doesn't mean turbulence, but you have to even discern the people that come in and out of your life. There's a group of people that I'm connected to. We don't always talk, we don't always connect, but when I'm in a shift, they always come around. They always show up. So sometimes it's new opportunities, it's new relationships. And that's why I said from the beginning, you can't shit on the shift because a new door could open. Somebody come to you and say, you know, I just got this email about a new position and I thought about you. But you're happy in your current job because, again, it don't always have to mean turbulence. That person coming to you could have been the indicator up. It's time for a shift. All right? So, you got it? Turbulence don't mean you're doing something wrong. Sometimes turbulence means you're in a shift. All right? And if you're and listen, I believe strongly that everybody watching this or will watch this, you watched it because you are in the shift. So if you did not realize it now and you had to watch this to be like, that's what was going on with me. Align yourself, acclimate to the flow of the universe. The only thing that's happening to you right now is you are in the manifestation of the prayer you prayed. The dream you dreamed, the vision is coming to pass, and old is falling off of you and new is coming towards you as fast as a speeding bullet. You are in a shift. And this shift is going to be different. This shift is going to be exhaustive, cumulative, exponential. It's going to be full, not just in one area of your life. 3 months from now, you're going to look back, 3 to 6 months from now, you're going to look back at this moment and your life will be totally different. You are in a shift, my brother, my sister, and the non-binary. You're in a shift. All right? Okay. That's that. That's all I got for today. Thank you so much for watching the V. Terrell Hill Show. I come live every single day, Monday through Monday, literally every single day. So click the bell to be notified when I go live. You can follow me on all social medias at V. Terrell Hill. And if you want a personal consultation between you and I, just you and I, I'll give you one for free. And all you have to do is email me, and this information is in the video description box of Facebook and YouTube at info@vterrellhill.com. Put in the subject line, free consultation. Now, Terrell is spelled with an I, so look in the video description box and put in the subject line, free consultation. I'll send you an appointment link. You choose the free option, set the appointment, and on digitally, video conference call, I am going to help you align yourself to the shift that you're in, all right? Now, it's not just shifts. You might want to start a YouTube channel. From shifting to YouTube channels and everything in between, I can help you, all right? All right, also, if you want to join my email community, and all I do is content like this. Now, the YouTube show is a variety show. I cannot stand. I live by a firehouse. Lord have mercy. A YouTube show is a variety show. All right. So it is hot topics, guests, and those guest conversations are hysterical and spiritually conscious content. So that's what the YouTube channel is. But the email community is 100% spirituality and consciousness. So if you want this kind of teaching 3 times a week rather, click the link in the video description box of Facebook and YouTube. All right. Put your name and email address in there. Then once you hit submit, you're going to get 2 almost immediately. So check your junk mail. You're going to get 2 emails. One email making sure that you truly did sign up. And the other email from me welcoming you to the private email community. And it's great. I put out a 3-part series the last 3 weeks on leaning into your fears. It was absolutely wonderful. I did the last series today. And I don't know. I might send it to those who sign up today and tomorrow. I might not. It's according. All right, till tomorrow, we got some hot topics, and I can go ahead and tell you what we're talking about right now, if you have a little patience with me. What we're talking about tomorrow is, hold on one second, live show, stories in queue. Tomorrow, we're talking about Karan Blake, the young boy that was shot. I think he's either 12 or 14 years old, shot, attempted to break into cars. I got an update on that. Also tomorrow, we're talking about Marcus Stokes. Now, if you want to know who Marcus Stokes is, Marcus Stokes was a white guy who had just got a scholarship for the University of Florida, but thought it would be good and cool to record him saying the N-word, rapping to a video, and they snatched his scholarship. So an HBCU gave him another scholarship as a redemption plan, and the people at Albany State had a fit about it. And the coach had to rescind it and apologize. We're talking about that tomorrow at 5 o'clock, only on the V. Terrell Hill Show. Y'all be blessed. Bye.